Hello, everybody. It's that time of the week again. It is your illustrious host, Dragon's Fury and Infernal Drake.
Hope you're all having a great week.
Yep, that is something that we always hope for, goodness and greatness and whatnot. I am coming off of the busyness that is my week. Hopefully, I have survived because we record this earlier. But we'll see next week if I survived. How busy I was at work. So, hope and pray and whatnot have you.
Don't worry, he'll come in spirit.
Yeah, we can't let you run things because it won't get done.
That or something would catch fire.
Yep, most likely. Alright, so this week, today, tomorrow, when have you, whenever you listen to this particular episode, is going to be about a key aspect of what I prioritize in media. Story.
Yeah, I was going to say, good story.
Has been a good story. And there's a lot of things that make good story. It's the characters, it's the world building, the dialogue, the conflict, the resolutions, all that stuff that they taught you in school, or what they were supposed to teach you in school. Because sometimes I think people don't know what school is anymore.
The character development.
Character development. That's also a good one. We're going to talk about tropes and how they annoy the living piss out of me, because it's not a Dragon's Fury rant without him being mad at something.
Yep. And for those keeping a tally, add a tally for how many times he has talked about his anger.
It is the essence of my being. It is what keeps me flowing. It is what keeps me up at night.
He is fueled by anger.
I am fueled by anger. So we are going to go through a bunch of tropes, kind of like here, there, whatnot, and then I will tell you the story of why this came up.
Yeah, I am curious about that.
And we'll see how things happen with that. So, obviously, off the top of your head, a lot of tropes come from the romance world. So you have the obsessed mom with the daughter wanting to get married. Like, when are you gonna get married? This thing, which I find it funny that that's considered a trope outside of just real life. Because there's been way too many people that I've come across that is just their life, is that their mother is obsessed with when are you getting married or when are you going to be in a relationship, to then
when are you
further
gonna have kids?
The next thing being when the kids are gonna come thing. So that one really doesn't count.
It's like I don't have a biological child, but I do have a fur child.
I do have a fur child, and he's an asshole.
It already fits.
It's already fits. So that. Now, the one that I would say is an actual trope, and it drives me up the actual wall, is enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
Why can't we just keep a bad thing going, right? So we talk about all of these relationships, and it's like, oh, you have these people who are like in these toxic relationships or like these abusive relationships and things that they don't see, but from the outside looking in, enemies to lovers is the quintessential essence of an abusive relationship for both parties. Right?
Yes.
You mean to tell me you want to ignore all of the things that drove you up the wall about this person?
Or all of the things that they have done that is most likely a war crime.
If you want to go on that level of an extreme.
I mean, in some cases you kind of have to.
Well, yeah, but we started in romance, so it's like, yeah, but I get to what you're saying. So it's like...
Hey, there's some weird romances out there.
You're right. Yeah, we look at it, we know book talk. I know about you. And so it's like, why is that a thing? Because it's like, I understand you care to some level about like this person and their opinions, be it positive or negative, because that's the only reason why something would bother you. Their opinion of you or what they do that affects you has some weight to it, and that's what drives you up the wall. So I'm not saying that there is not some level of like feeling between these people, because that's the only reason why you hate each other, right? But to say that, oh, you start to notice that there's these things, it was like, oh, okay, maybe they're not that bad. No, yes, they are. They are that bad. Don't go against your gut.
It's like there is a reason why they have done the things they've done.
Yes, that just no. So stop that. Stop the enemies, lovers. Stop it. Bad. Which is hilarious, because the next thing on the list is characters' feelings that they try to ignore. Like, you have the people who are like clearly into each other, but they're like, no, it's not like that. Yes, it is. It's like that.
So basically the Sundares.
No, because that's wanting to not. That's wanting people to not know you have them, not ignoring them.
Okay.
Also, get them the fuck out of the way. Like, stop wasting my time with your behind the door love scenes for these people. Like, I don't. You're either going to do it or you're not. So shut up. Like, go away. I don't need you guys either.
So make up your mind.
Let's see what else we have on here. The good girl, like the good guy and the bad girl, and vice versa. That can be thrown away. We can keep breaking the fourth wall. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is on this list. We got
keeps things quite entertaining.
Okay, yeah, no, we can get rid of this. The random alphabet character, and then they're just getting off for no reason other than the fact that they're just in the way, kind of deal.
Like they don't really serve much of a purpose. They're just there.
Yeah, like there was no reason to kill them, and so like, or if there was a reason, it was very like grasp at straws kind of level of a reason. Like, yeah, get that out of the way. Also, hot take. I understand representation is great and all, but stop putting randoms in there. I don't care about your representation if you're just going to be a random person, because that's not representing you, and I'm going to need you guys to get your head around that concept.
Like, it's not representing the community as well as...
Right. It is a part of your personality, not your personality. It's a part of your character, not your character. I understand it's the writers who are doing this, but also, you guys are perpetuating this. So, bite me in the comments.
Please, I need to see a comment war with him.
This one also needs to go. Attractive teens in a dystopian survival series.
Yeah, that really never did make a lot of sense.
That was like, why? Why is that still a thing? Let's see, what's another?
It's like there are no showers or anything of the like, but your hair is silky smooth. It's like, what?
These you can keep. The character that you love to hate, or you hate to love, whichever.
Yeah, you always gotta have at least one.
You gotta have at least, yeah. Gotta keep that. Let's see. What's another good one or a bad one? Let's see. What else to say? The dumb characters, like the blatantly dumb characters. We don't need those. You can have the, like, comedically, it was like, oh, silly toucan, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Silly but, like, toucan. Just being outwardly, and, like, that's their whole personality, and, like, that's their archetype of just being an idiot. Stop wasting my time. Get out of here. Same on the other hand. The absurdly smart person that's just alienating everybody that they talk to. Could do without those. we don't need that anymore. Get that out of here.
If it's done well,
Well, see,
then it's fine. But
being done well, I feel like would be not alienating everybody. It would be getting to a point that you're smart enough to realize that you're a part of the problem, that like you're the reason why no one likes you, but that never seems to come across very often.
Well, God, what series was it? Like they had like a character that was very smart, but they kind of turned him into kind of like a joke character in a way.
Prime example of like a good written like genius, young Sheldon.
I found him annoying.
Well, yeah, he was annoying, but like throughout the series, yes, it's him being like smart, and he's like, why would I like not continue to like excel at what I do? But he's also going through and trying to understand everybody. Like he's using his intellect to try to understand why certain things are like happening. For example, there's a scene where he confronts his brother's bully. Just straight up, he's just like, so why do you want to, hurt him? And then he gets the reason, and he was like, oh, and he gives like a real scientific like explanation behind it, and he's like, oh, so that's why. And then he ends up going to his brother, and he's like, oh, well, I talked to your bully, and he's like, why would you do that? And I was like, well, according to him, you're the reason why everything's going sideways.
Oh, Jesus.
And so, because it's like he was like talking to his girlfriend or something or whatever, and the guy got like upset about it. But like in that process, the bully becomes like Sheldon's protection.
Oh, Jesus.
Because the bully is just like, also another like trope of like with the bully, like, yes, bullying's not good. Sometimes I think we need it, but they're also like a victim in that scenario as well, because it's like everyone's treating them like they're not a person. So you're just making it worse. So it's like, hey, yes, I understand that I may or may not be the reason why I have this image, but because everyone around me is feeding into this, and that's the only way I'm getting any kind of attention, positive or negative, I'm going to keep doing it. That's just like line of logic. So, hey, you got this one person, and this is why it's always the nerdy kid who comes up and is just like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't make sense why, why I wouldn't be nice to them. They weren't mean to me. And then you just, you got the bullies protecting the nerds because they're just like, they treat me like a person. So, let's get some more true dynamics of quality of characters here. Like, yes, I can understand we have a certain basis as like the main thing, but like these static characters need to stop. And I say this as like a current thing. Like, as new things come out, these things need to stop being a part of it, because it's like, why haven't we gotten away from this kind of thinking and creating and portraying our characters that we want out into the world? And then there's the horny people over in horny jail, and that's for a Patreon.
No, Jesus.
That's you gotta go deep for that conversation. Meet us at like one of the cons or something if you want to talk about that one. So that leads me into what caused this just downhill, right? So I watched two, like, I guess movies would be the best thing to call them, animated movies, right? So I watched Justice League, Apocalypse, Dark, and
oh Jesus, that one.
And then I watched part 1 of the Justice League Ruby crossover. So we're going to start with mildly irritating to absolute dog water. So Justice League. So the main thing that like sparked with that one is the the survival coward like jab, right? So I hate when there is like a big, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like dystopian, but like there's a big conflict where like 2% of those who started it come out of it, right?
Yeah.
And you always have that one character who's a part of the survivors who thinks another survivor is a coward because they survived by running away, right? And I never
Strategic
liked that.
retreat.
Yeah. And I never liked that because running away from everyone fucking dying around you is the most logical thing that could possibly happen in that situation. Everything else is the illogical option. The keep fighting because we might win delusion, or the go out in a blaze of glory delusion, or just like the, not saying like it's a bad thing, but like the keep fighting so like someone else can hopefully get out. That's just, you know, a you want people to stop dying kind of deal. So that one really wasn't a problem. But the problem of it, so mild spoiler, I'm not going to like specify characters, but essentially one of the characters survived because they just straight up ran, right? And another one survived
Magic Boy,
because they essentially got yeeted, right? They just kind of got like yeeted out of it, and they were like just like the only ones that were able like to hold off the attack kind of deal, and basically no one went looking for them after the fact.
Bird Boy?
No.
Oh.
Technically Bird Girl. Technically. But
I mean, the other one got bitch slapped into the water.
right, but he wasn't going around saying, he wasn't accusing other people who survived as being like a coward. Like he didn't like outright like, you know, call the character a coward because he survived too. Because he knew he was there. He was a part of that assault. So he knew he got out.
No, but he did blame him.
Well, no, of course it was hella his fault.
Oh yeah.
But like it was the leader's fault. Like that plan was wrong. That plan was shit to begin with. And everyone was like, and you know, the one survivor who dipped was like, nah, fam, like this right here, this shit's gonna get us all killed. Yeah, here we go. So the interaction where it's like, oh, we need this character's help because he's the one who to make everything, you know, who's going to make this second ditched effort to fix what has happened or like to undo whatever, blah blah blah. I know I'm talking around in circles. I just don't want to ruin anything for people who would like to watch this.
I mean, also to be fair, the movie's like how many years old now?
Like yeah, but not everyone has Max. So
wait, it's only on Max
right now.
Oh damn.
So like outside of like getting, you know, a subscription service, you don't really necessarily like have access. It's not like one of those like wide open like animes or like shows that are like on like 5 different platforms on their free side. Like you don't have to buy premium things for it.
Yeah,
so
I hate that so many things are going to like these subscription services.
Yeah, no, it's a problem, but we all saw it coming and we chose to ignore it, and this is our redemption arc that we're attempting to do. It's not going well, but we're trying. So you have character A who got out from running away, and character B who thinks going to character A was useless because they're a coward. And I'm like, if you don't shut your ass up, like, the fact that, like, you think, and what is crazy to me is that no one ever wants to acknowledge the fact that if the person you're calling a coward wasn't a coward in your eyes, that means they wouldn't have been around for you to then try the second plan. it means the alternate line of events would be all of you are dead instead of most of you being dead. And I hate that being a part of like a writing, and then like, because it doesn't make sense. Like, it just, there's no getting around the fact that that doesn't make any sense. How do you expect someone who's seeing, and even in his defense, these are super powered people. These are people who are beyond the normal realm. Granted, like, technically he is too, but not to this level. Like, we're not, like, super powered alien, ultimate, you know, warrior, genius, you know, fighter over here, getting mopped. And you want me to stay and get mopped with them? Nah, fam. Miss me with that shit. So we need to start that. So that was the tickle. Well, that wasn't a tickle. That was the affirming of the actual problem, right? Which is Ruby crossed with Justice League. And I know there's two parts, so yes. Good God. But part one, just when because I remember when I saw this, what was that? Like half a year ago? And I was like, this yes. looks like a mistake. God, I love being right.
Yeah,
that movie should not exist.
Honestly, I wish they had just given us Volume 10.
Holy crap! It's as bad.
I know they gave Batman wings.
They gave Batman wings, which is the only like saving grace. So the concept, I was happy for, right? Once everything was revealed, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, right? The execution, hot fucking garbage.
Oh, really?
Hot fucking garbage. So this is taking place after pretty much like two big crazy things like go down, if I'm not mistaken. So like this is after Beacon Falls, and everyone pretty much got their like outfit changes.
Yeah. So right? Around Volume 4.
So we got some hardcore established combatants in the Ruby cast, right? They've been through some shit, they survived some shit, they've lost some shit, and we are working through it, right? I've never seen them so weak in my life.
Oh, the Ruby cast?
Yeah. I don't know what they did to them in the sense of thinking it was a good idea to basically nerf them. And I didn't like it.
To be fair, like the Ruby cast, like, because like if we're talking about the cast just after around Volume 4, I mean, yeah, no, they aren't fully, like, they're not as like combative ready as they are like in Volume 9.
No, I'm not saying, you know, hey, we're about to go win wars, but
which they are not.
But you dealing, okay, hey, you go into this fight, right? You think everything is normal.
So.
Things are not normal. Cool. Why the fuck are we trying the same shit over? Huh? Explain that to me. Next thing. Hey, here's a random motherfucker who you've never seen, just kind of there, saying some wild left field shit just because, and you're just like, that doesn't make any sense. But, hey, the Grimm aren't reacting the way that they should. Also, we have this rando here that's saying that he's not from here. I'm not saying believe him from the get-go, but don't fucking dismiss it. Oh, yeah. Like, no, like, you had up to, like, everything up to Volume 4, like, that takes place, you had them learning and using different viewpoints and like these snap decisions of, even if they don't like fully believe in what is happening, they're not doing the same shit over. They're like, hey, here's this new information. Let's use this information to try to come up with a new plan. Huh? Hey, weird shit. And then it was the back and forth. So they'll go from not thinking very well to thinking very well. They're like, hey, weird shit's going on. Who do we go ask? Osmond! Cool, thank you. Yes, we do that. Hey, Osmond's not Osmond. Something's wrong. But I can't put my finger on it. Okay, that's fair. We're not quite sure what's wrong. You're trying to say. Alright, everyone links up, starts explaining things. Cool. Why are we fighting everybody now?
Okay. So, so I was just curious. I was looking at the timeline. So someone who's also seen the movie, they said the timeline is questionable, but they're saying that it possibly takes place after Volume 6.
Which is worse.
Right?
Which
and
is
also
worse.
But also, then you have other people saying like alternate timeline and all that shit. I'm just like, I mean, I guess I would kind of help it, but at the same time, it's just like, no.
It's like I said, the reason why I'm fine with the overarching thing changing things. It's the fundamental stuff that I don't like that gets changed. If you've already, for example, Ruby, you've built her up to get to this point of accepting and being more confident in her leadership skills. Cool.
Which was mostly at the end of Volume 9.
Right? But like that the whole arc, right? The whole timeline is her getting better with being confident in her decision skills and being the leader, right? Yes, she's going to have some falters. Yes, she's going to still have those times where she questions it. But it's not going to be so detrimental that she just shuts down completely. Not that late in the game.
I mean, she kind of did in Volume 9.
That's all the way in Volume 9, though.
Yeah, mostly because, well, to be fair, a lot of shit happened up to that point. So, like, yeah, and being a leader, she didn't really have anyone to confide into, so she kind of mental breakdown.
But yeah, a mental breakdown coming from the fact that is like, hey, literally everything that would normally help me get through this is no longer there is acceptable. Hey, me being around my team and some other team going back and forth, but I can't get a word in edgewise, and then I'm just kind of slinking into the chaos of the sound. And then when someone with a bigger, uses their big boy voice, they're like, makes the comment of like, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. And then no one acknowledges it. Not even her team. Knowing damn well that she's, not the raw voice. Yang should have stepped in. No, like, stop changing that for people. And God, that movie was so bad.
Yeah, no, most of the comments I've been seeing regarding that, it was just like, this should not have been a thing.
It's so bad. And then another thing in regards to what got me down, like the trope thing of inconsistent dialogue, right? So there's dialogue between her and Superman about him basically telling her that, you need to get it, essentially you need to get it together in this situation, and if you can't, you need to default to someone else who can, and even if you have experience or not, like, I have more experience being older than you kind of deal, right? Cool, whatever.
Which is understandable.
Which is understandable, right?
Teenagers.
Explain to me why not even 5 minutes later, the same motherfucker is trying to give her a pep talk about not listening to the villain pick fun at her about her being the weakest link of the manipulation. Bitch, you just did the same shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Not even 5 minutes later either. And not even exaggeration. It was literally, hey, we're fighting these guys here. We deal with this. Big Bad's revealed. He's doing his spiel. Right after, like, scene is right after. So it's all of 5 minutes in, like, movie time. 5 minutes. That is the biggest flip I have ever seen. Like, what? So, that is what really sparked the rant, and I am glad that you guys all came on this ride with me. And that I wasn't the only one that thought that movie shouldn't exist. So how was your day?
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Can I get over that? Jesus.
That's fine. All right. So, what would be your parting words of wisdom to our lovely listeners?
Parting words, you like what you like. If you have any complaints you would like to say, please add them to the comments.
Yeah, let's fight about it. Not really. I just want to know what you guys don't like either. Says a lot more about you than the things that you do like. So, don't be shy. Share the opinions, share the hot takes, share the tea, share the coffee, share the hot chocolate, what have you. We will see you next time.
Oh, the way you said that didn't sound like a complete sentence. I'm just like, wait, is more coming?
Nope.
Jesus. Yeah, see you all next time.